everybody, and welcome back to FM2020 with me, TW1, with York City. And today we have some Carabao Cup third round action, as well as a league game against the current unbeaten side in the division and league leaders Plymouth Argyle as well. So Brighton, who are our affiliate club as well. So this is the club that we are affiliate to. They are a senior affiliate, and we can get some nice young players on loan from them, such as our striker Ryan Fraser, or Fazza as we've called him. So yeah, that was an interesting Carabao Cup third round tie. Let's quickly have a catch up on how we got here into the third round of the Carabao Cup and how we got into a good league position as well. So last time out, you saw the Chesterfield victory in the first round of the Carabao Cup and the 0-0 draw to Burton in the league. After that, we beat Wimbledon at home 2-0. Cracking performance throughout. Mooney and Hill getting a goal within about 30 seconds of each other, and that killed the tie off. We then went away to Morecambe and won 4-1. It should have been 4-0, but we conceded a late sloppy goal that ruined the clean sheet record at the time. We hadn't conceded a goal in I think it's like 270 minutes, something crazy like that. It was going very, very well for Jacob Oj until that moment. We then played a championship side, Forest Green. That is right, championship side, Forest Green in the Carabao Cup second round, and we won on penalties. Max Saunders with a great solo effort in the first half. They then scored a cracking goal from the outside of the box. That was a scorcher, and it went all the way to penalties, in which we scored all 5, and they missed their third penalty. That meant we won on penalties. Good result for us on that one. Tranmere Rovers, Keasley Mooney with 2 goals. He's woken up and he's been very, very good so far this season. He is in the hunt for the top goal scorer in the league as well. 2-1 victory. They did draw one back, but Mooney killed the game off. Another solid performance. Our wing-backs that game had been poor, and that was the same for the next game as well. We were a little bit lacklustre in this game against Oldham. Didn't create too many good chances, but Oldham are a team that are in and around us in the league. They are one of the better sides in the division. And then a 1-1 draw to Shrewsbury. Went down early. We weren't playing very well, but Mooney ducked us out of a hole, and that was great. So that's how we find ourselves today, up against Brighton and then Plymouth Argyle. We are 4th in the division. We have played 6, won 3, drawn 3. Goal differences +6. We have been conceding very, very few goals. I think we've only conceded 3 in 6 games. But we are up against Plymouth Argyle today in the league table. And let me show you that they have only conceded 1 goal so far this season after playing 6 games. So we are really back against the wall, up against it today in the 2 games that we have. I'm going to be amazing if we if we lose this one respectably, because Brighton are a Premier League side who finished 13th last season. They just got promoted from the Championship back to the Premier League, and they finished 13th. So if we can do respectably well against them and then maybe sneak a draw against Plymouth, I'm going to be very happy. Let's get simming towards the first game of the action, and I will catch you when we are there. Passionately, just calmly, look, we've got absolutely nothing to lose here. We are the massive underdogs. I'm going to calmly just say there is no pressure on the defence, there's no pressure on the midfield, and there's no pressure on the strikers either. Go out there and have a good bit of fun. There is no need to be, there's no need really today to be playing around. I was playing around with the cameras earlier, so let's change it back to director, as I remember. And then we can get the action underway as the opening kickoff highlight has led to a corner for Brighton inside 36 seconds. And this is, don't concede early. Whatever you do, just don't concede early. Oh, it's got McTominay off the crossbar. That was scary. Right, come off positive and go to cautious. I should have started the game like that. That's my bad. And we will see how the battle for possession comes out. So far, we're doing all right. Here comes the first corner for us. Taylor Maloney with the ball in. It's in towards the box, towards Oliver. Hill, now Mayer. Shot. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. And it's hooked away. I'm going to change the camera back to TV. I'm not sure what I was using, but it definitely didn't feel like director. I want to use TV and zoomed in a little bit. Hill, Mooney. Tried to get the cross in, but it's blocked for a corner. Another corner for us inside the first 5 minutes. Good early start for us at this ground. We are at home, so we should be suited to the ground. Carl McFarlane, what a save that is by Rene. That is a cracking save, a cracking opportunity for Carl McFarlane. We could have been 1-0 up. Here's Maloney with the next corner. Ball in. Oh, it's kind of just squeezed all the way through for a goal kick. And we've let them off the hook there. That was a real opportunity. And we've got more possession so far in this game. Let's see if this Premier League side can wake up, or if we can catch them untoward. I am curious to see how many of these first teamers are playing. Scott McTominay is one who is a first teamer. A very, very good player. Well, squad player by all accounts. But he is very, very good. Another squad player, but worth 15, 16 million. Now here's a highlight. Hill on this right hand side. Ball from Oliver. He just gives it back to Oliver there. That's a lovely little first touch ball to Maloney. Now out wide to Ferguson on his left hand side. Tries the ball in. He finds Mooney. Mooney to Maric. Plenty of space to shoot. Rene with another cracking save. And it's another corner. That was great from Adam Maric. Really, really good play by the boys. Maloney with the ball in. Scott McTominay, the big Scottish lad, gets the ball away. Now it's Maloney. Oliver. Okay, we're going backwards a little bit here, boys. Saunders. Can he make something, the little magician? Now it's Oliver. Back to Saunders. Keeping the ball really, really well up against this Premier League side. We're not scared to play our own football. And it is showing 72% of possession. 20 minutes into this game. I'm going to stay on cautious because we don't want to be giving them any easy opportunities. We want to stay quite deep and compact and allow ourselves to play this. Brighton might not be used to being the favourites for a game. This might be tricky for them. They might be used to being the underdogs, and this is a different game plan for them to play. Here is Pearson though. McTominay back to Pearson. See if the Premier League side can show some real class here. Boyle back to McTominay. He has started to try and take control of this midfield battle. The ball back to the goalkeeper, and McFarlane will close down Rene. Tungshai. Kim. McTominay. Lots of space for Scott McTominay in that midfield now. Boa. Ball back out. McTominay standing in acres of space. Maybe we need to start man marking him. It's a header at back post, and I think that might be the option right here. We're looking at it. Scott McTominay there had lots and lots of time on the ball. And we should be all good and all happy at the back. So what we're going to do is we need to go and man mark Scott McTominay. So let's get someone to go sit on him. I know you're not the most gifted defensive player, but I just want you to go stand on his toes and mark him tight. And then that'll hopefully cut off some of their play. It would disrupt our shape slightly, but I'm not too concerned. I'd rather stop Scott McTominay spraying the ball about and opening the play up for us. Here's McAllister with a free kick. Jameson holds well. Good hold by the keeps that. Well, what do we say first 35 minutes into this game? Dominating possession. We're up against a Premier League opposition and we're holding our own so far. The boys are doing a good job. I might just give them a little bit more encouragement. Saunders is not having the greatest games, but I am telling him now to do a job that he's probably not necessarily used to. And Ferguson isn't winning the battle down the left-hand side for us, but he is up against a very good player. Now it's Hill. Chance to get the ball into the box. Pulls it back to Maric. It's a chip ball to Ferguson, the back post. What a volley that is! David Ferguson. We're all 1-0 up against a Premier League side. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. David Ferguson with a right foot peach of a volley. I thought it was all messed up when he played it back to Maric. Maric had the eye and the vision to pick out Ferguson, and what an effort that is. He's beaten the goalkeeper who's wrong-footed and found the right-hand side far post. And that is a cracking goal from us. That is a lovely goal for David Ferguson. Hopefully that will give him some confidence. Here's Maloney. Chance to make it 2, but McTominay is dominating every ball that comes into the box. Saunders, another corner. I'm going to demand more. I am going to demand more out of the boys because they've been excellent so far. A couple of them are pressured, some of them motivated. Even split. McAllister with the ball in. Good child. Headers wide. At what point do I start thinking how to shut this game down? Because we are 1-0 up and we are playing very well. I don't want to touch it. That's the problem. So I don't want to touch it. But at some point, they are going to have to come at us a little bit more. I think Jacob Rene, their goalkeeper, has kept them in it so far. I'm not sure if he's any good. He is a cup goalkeeper and he is worth 7 million. He's not a bad goalkeeper. He has done very well for them so far. Passionately. You know what? I'm very, very pleased with how it is. Just keep it going, boys. Delighted. There's no need to say, let's not get complacent or anything. We're up against a very good side. We just need to play our own football and hope the result comes our ways. Another goal would make me feel a lot more comfortable about the result. 4th round Carabao Cup would be interesting. We're going to start meeting some really big boy teams then and may end up getting a proper spanking from someone. Ferguson has just dipped into the 70% and realised on the old fitness, so he probably will be the first sub, despite being the goal scorer of this game with a cracking effort. Baines, Kim, out wide to Maboa. That's a good little ball to Connolly. Jameson clicks that up easily. I did notice that Saunders was standing right at McTominay's feet, and as you can see, McTominay's playing a 6.3. So Saunders is just standing on his toes and stopping it. That's a cross into Saunders. He's not going to win that. He's only 5'6". Here's Connolly for a chance to break for Brighton. Oh, he's done really well there to beat Oliver. Now he's beating Mayer. Oh, and Jameson stops it. That was a great run by the striker for Brighton. Connolly tore our defensive parts. 3v1. McAllister. Mayer heads away. Mooney launches the ball long. McFarlane gambled, but it didn't get missed with the header. Saunders is not having a good game, but he's clearly doing something right against Scott McTominay right now, and I'm really happy about that. Connolly. Cross in. Maboa goes up for it, but Maloney wins that first. Now McKim. Back to Madaboa. I can't really say his name. I'm going to call him Maboa. Boyle. Whips it back in. Hill with a header. McAllister with a free volley. Jameson collects and holds. I just want to leave it alone. I don't want to touch anything. This has been really, really good, but they are now starting to pile on the pressure and get more and more chances. Boyle at far post, wide open. What a save, Jameson. What a cracking save by Peter Jameson to keep us in this tie. It's still 1-0, and it's all because of Jameson's great acrobatics there. White heads wide. They're starting to crank it up a little bit. We're still doing better on the possession though. They're starting to claw it back, I've noticed. It's another opportunity. It's just a moment. It's just a matter of time, I feel. McTominay. Closed down by Saunders. Ball out wide to Boyle. Now it's Goodchild. He slipped the striker. Oh, he smashed it in. It's Harrison Goodchild from Roger Boyle. And that is a cracking goal from him as well. Oh, the 18-year-old, he's probably more our level. He's the one we should have been stopping and we didn't. What a great goal that is from the 18-year-old. It's a cracking finish. He's found the back of the net and we are 1-1 in this tie with about 25 minutes to go. We haven't been the better side second half, but here is a highlight for us. Baines, oh, McTominay's beaten Saunders to that. He's being dominated right there. Medabia. Cannot say his name to save my life. Up against Hill. Back to McAllister. Still wide just left outside for Brighton. He's half beat Hill. Gets the ball in towards Boyle at back post. Saunders closed down McTominay. Now it's Goodchild with another blast. Connolly! It's 2-1 and that was lucky. That was really, really lucky for Brighton. I am gutted. Gutted to be 2-1 down, but I can't really blame them, lads. I'm going to take Moody off because he's not really had an impact in this game. I bring Roper on just to give him some football. And I bring on your young Kingston on as well. I might swap. No, I'll leave Hill on for a little bit longer. Goodchild. I think Saunders is the guy who's got to come off because our midfield is being obliterated because Scott McTominay is too big, too strong, and he's just too good. And we cannot stop him playing. Saying that Kim's having a very good game as well. How good is he? Deep line playmaker. Yeah. Alongside a serious, wise head. And he's doing very, very well in there. They've mixed youth with experience. Look at that. 23-year-old attacker midfielder from Argentina. dominating us at points this game. Ben White, is that the guy from Leeds? That is. Oh, that's disgusting. Look at the class of player we have got to play against today. And then they've got some players who are pure youth players. So they've given us half a chance this game. But their experience has really shone through. Let's see if we can make one more change to try and sway this game in our favour at all. Let's come off cautious, go positive, or go attacking actually. Give the shouts just one more, get creative, and just give them 5 minutes to have a go. We were very, very good first half. Brighton just the better side second half, and the chances paid eventually. Here's White with a header, it's over the crossbar. They were unlucky not to score some chances, then they were lucky to score their second. I can't take anything away from Harry Goodchild in his first goal though. That was cracking, and I can't take anything away from Ferguson, his performance. That was a lovely volley from him. It's another throw in for Brighton. Whistle looks like it's probably about to blow with Ben driving the ball down right wing. He has indeed. You know what? I said at the top of the episode, I'll be happy if we were respectful. We were more than respectful. A couple of them youth players we should have been dominating, but their experienced players kind of carried them out of it a little bit, I suppose. How good's Aaron McConnelly? Yeah, look, it's just a class of player above us. He's just an outrageous player, that is. We can't really compete with that level of player, so I'm going to say that we were underdogs and we gave it our best effort. We were very, very good, just not good enough. And now we will get straight to the Plymouth-Argyle game, which is a serious top-of-the-table clash to see if our playoff hopes are real this year or not. Here we are then up to the Plymouth-Argyle game. Very, very quickly before we get to that though, I have made 2 transfers who have come in, both of them free agents. I've been doing the old getting a load of free agents, the under-18s in on trials and having a look at them. So we've got Charlie Paul is the first one, a centre-half who was released by Newcastle in the summer. I just brought him in. Can we have absolutely no prospects in our youth, in our development centre? Like none. They're all loaned out. If you look at our under-18 squad, there's literally no one there. It's gonna over 18. So we've got 2 guys in to try to fill that out a little bit, and they are technically over 18 players. So yeah, Charlie Pole is the first one. Centre back who looks, well, no, centre mid should I say. He looks all right. Nothing crazy, but see if he can develop at all under us. And then we also have Lewis Knott, who is a centre back. Who looks alright actually, he doesn't look dreadful, so if he can develop, he may turn into a good squad player for central defence. If he can't, no real hurt, we're not paying him much money, it's only £240 a week, we can soon release him and count our losses. So let's submit the team, because I am a donut and I have pressed the wrong button, and we are about to play this exactly the same team that just played the last game, and I want to make a few changes. Frick. Oh well, we've already done it now, so we've got to go with it. I wanted to put Estrada back into the side and I wanted to put OJ back in goal, but that is not how it's going to go. Come on lads, we are the underdogs. I'm going to have some faith in this defence this time though, and the midfield and up top, because this is the kind of game where if we can play like we did just against Brighton, so basically I'm rewarded the same team for playing a good performance against Brighton, but didn't get the result. So here's a chance to have a shot at the league leaders and the current unbeaten side in the table as well. So see how we can do up against Plymouth Argyle at home as well. So we have got the home advantage. Oliver heads clear off this opening highlight. They've had the ball so far, playing some nice zippy football in this pouring down rain. I have started to scout a few of their players as well to see why they are so good. They have some cracking players in their side, including Purington, who's meant to be a fringe player, but he looks like he was slot in as our first team centre mid. He looks very, very good. So they have an excellent squad, and we are going to be hard pressed to beat them this game, but we should give it a go. They are playing a flat 5 in midfield, which is an odd one. I don't see that very often on FM. Here's Baines into Marriage though. First little action for us. See if we can get the ball nice and forward. Oliver driving forward, using his pace. Oh, he's lost it to Charles. Now you got to run back, haven't you, Charlie? Oh, get in there. Number 10 is trying to cover for him. Not even sure who number 10 is. It's Boja. That's a good chase by Bora. Good chance of their striker right there. That's a poor mistake from Charlie Oliver. Wakey, wakey, son. Need to do better than that. I like the idea. I like getting wide. I like running forward. That semi-overlap centre-back like Sheffield United. But once you get there, pass the ball. Don't get too fancy. Politic. Sterry. Ball into the box. Oliver heads away. Now it's Charles. Close down by Marriage. Back to Hill, who lumps it forward. And McFarlane's away. McFarlane can square it to Mooney. No, but he wins the penalty. And now Marriage is going to take it. I am not taking Marriage off the pen. And it's a chance to go 1-0 up here. Against the league leaders, who've only conceded one. And Marriage scores. We've now scored against the league leaders. And we are 1-0 up in this tie. And we are really looking like a side who could do damage in this league. That moves us up to third in the table if all results stay the same. Huge, 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 huge. We are looking like a team who could do back-to-back promotions. And that is something that is very scary. Because I'm not sure this team on paper is good enough for this league. Let alone League One. But yeah, here we go. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Randall with the ball in. Oh, I talked about Puritan being quite good. He's just scored a goal. Drats Tom Puritan with his second goal of the season. It's just a long free kick that's beaten everyone who no one's jumped for it. Absolutely no one. And Puritan is slipped off his marker and slots it in the back of the net. They've had one shot, one on target, and found the back of the net with that. I'm going to come off positive because we are not dominating possession whatsoever. Oliver. Down the line to Hill. Nice little ball to Marriage. Now it's Saunders. Saunders, good dribbling, driving run. Now he's found Mooney out wide right. Ball into the box, looking for McFarlane. Ferguson picks it up and finds Maloney. Marriage now, back to Maloney. Good little spell from us. This is better. Baines, back to Mayer. Now Oliver. Now wide right to Hill, stretching the play. Now he launches it in towards Mooney, battling for the ball. Jones finds Dehana. And the ball is cleared for Plymouth Argyle. That wasn't bad. I'm going to shout Demar more because we've been alright in this game. And we are keeping pace and keeping tabs on this top of the league side. It's going to take a mighty effort to beat them though. I do feel... I said at the start of the show, I'd take a respectable loss and a draw. And so far, that is what we're getting. And I'll be ecstatic with that. I'd be absolutely over the moon if we can go and nick this game, though. And that is always the aim of the game. To try and win as many as you can. Sterry. Bora. Nice bit of Michael Owen commentary from me right there. Now it's Charles. Stretching the play as well from them. Now Smith-Brown. Marriott steals it. Marriott is away. Marriott is driving forward down his right hand side. He's got options inside if he wants. He shoots and it's saved. And it's hooked away in front of Carl McFarlane before he can get to the rebound. Anna Marriott has done really well there. But at the last minute, just square it. Just square it to somebody who's got a half open net at least, man. You're not a one-on-one striker. That's not your forte. Blast it from the edge of the box if you want. I feel better for it, if I'm honest. Jameson. Slowing the game down, the goalkeeper. Now it's Oliver. Coming forward. He's loving a little dribble this game, isn't he? Now it's Hill. Back to Oliver. Little ball inside to Saunders. That's a little pass to Marriott. Marriott just got there and popped it back to Saunders. He stretches the play out to Ferguson. Tries to get the ball in if he wants. Brings it back to Saunders. Just keep it in possession. And using our decision making. Mayer. Now Oliver. This is good football. That's a lovely ball down the line. Hill is away. Crosses it. Mooney. You have more time, son. You have way more time there. Take a touch. Blast it. Goal. That is a poor effort from Keasley Mooney. We expect more. And we're going to shout, get creative. Been a little bit lacklustre this game. Some of our players. Marriage has been alright. He's got the goal. But he hasn't done much other. McFarlane obviously winning the penalty was a good effort. Saunders now though. With a little ball out to Hill. Can he find the target? What a chance that is. He's flashed off the outside of the post. If he hits the target that's probably in. He's absolutely levered that. Great opportunity so far for us. We should be winning this. And I feel like in the second half we might be up against the cosh and they're going to make us pay for missing these chances. Sterry. Yoshida. Pollock. I can't say his name. I just make tick sounds at the end of it. That's Randall. Into Charles. Back up wide to the right winger. Ferguson with a tackle. That's been towards Bora. Good block. Back to the winger. Oh, what a save that is. It's an offside flag. It doesn't count. But what a cracking save that is from Peter Jameson yet again. We go in at half-time 0-0. I'm going to... I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, it's such a meh team talk, but there's nothing else to say. We are underdogs in this, but I don't expect a victory, so I'm not going to start shouting at the lads when we're drawing 1-1 at half-time against a very good side. So when we're playing badly against bad sides, I will shout at them, but this is not the time. This is just one of them where you kind of just give them a little pat and say, come on lads, keep it going. Give us a little bit more. Here is a corner for Plymouth. Ball into the box. At back post, Charles with the blast. Charles with another. Pollock with another. That is blocked all over the place. And Marriott running clears as far as Charles. And Saunders has won it. And we're on a break here. Now McFarlane. Can he find someone with a run? He finds Maloney. Stretch it out wide to Hill. That was the right ball and he's played it. Now it's Hill back to Oliver. Are you going to do anything with it, Oliver? Back to Mayer. That looked like an awkward left-footed pass. And now it's back to Jameson, who chips it into Saunders, brings it down the midfield and sprays the ball out wide to Hill. 1-on-1 with his defender. Into McFarlane! The offside flag's not up! Carl McFarlane has scored his first goal of the season from a cracking cross from Thomas Hill. The football is excellent. It went from back to forward to back to forward. And Saunders with the spraying pass out to Hill. He won't get an assist, but we all know that's a great ball. And that cross is absolutely divine from Thomas Hill. He's already celebrating before he's in the back of the net. He knows that's a good cross. Absolutely cracking. I was expecting the offside flag, but it didn't come because Jones was playing the onside. 2-1 up. And it's a chance to really, really secure this game right now. But we need to start thinking about subs coming into the 56th minute though. So who's going to be the first man to come off? I think we're going to bring Ben on for Adam Marich. Excuse me, as I've eaten a pizza too fast. It's trying to come back up. And I'm going to leave Thomas Hill a little bit longer, but we will take him off the diet in a little bit. As we're just going to stay on cautious and keep it tight. Let's demand some more out of the lads. It's been really, really going well. That was the incorrect call because they're now pressured, but I don't care. I had to make some sort of shout. Mooney's been poor again this game, because I think this game is considered a big game, and he, as we know, does not perform in big matches at all. So, oh, well, that's a bruised ankle for that Hill, so that is him definitely off the pitch, meaning we have one more sub left to play with, and I would like to take Keasley Mooney off if I can. Did that sub go through? No, it didn't, because I clicked the wrong player. Holy frick balls, Tyler. You pay attention. You actually missed the wrong player. Okay. Hill's now coming off. Jason Zahara's going to have to come on left wing back. Or left back. I can't believe I misclicked. Oh, it's a corner to them. If I could see now, I'm going to be fuming. Oh, great save, Peter Jameson. It's another corner. If we go and slip this up as a draw, I'm going to blame myself because I ruined the substitutions. I'm going to be totally honest. You don't get that in real life, do you? Oh, I took the wrong player off because I thought you were someone else. Oh my word. It's like something like Chris Kamara would do. Oh my Jesus me. 80th minute, 10 more minutes to go in this game as we try and hold on to boost us up to third in the league. Oh my word. If we keep this form on, I'm going to be seriously worried. If we can crack a gap to fourth, because there's 3 automatic spots this season, and get back-to-back promotion, this FM is going to get very, very hard for us next season. I've talked about League One already. We're like 7 games into the season. Every time I talk about League One, we concede. Lloyd Jones with the goal. I've messed up the substitutions and I can't be too unhappy with the boys. We played really well. With 5 minutes to go in the game, I'm going to shut the game down. We're not going for it. We're going to play defensive. And that is that. No more highlights, please, game. As we try and just slow the game down and tick the time away. I think they shut it down as well because they were happy with a draw. Jason Sahara, you are wasting time like an absolute G right there. I love it. Calm it fine, just holding the ball in the corner. But Ferguson in. Moody! If you scored that header, Moody, that would have been delightful. Unlucky though, son. Burton kicks the ball and I'm expecting the ref to blow his whistle like he does. And that is that. Well, at the start of the show, I did say a respectable loss and a draw, I'd be happy. Well, you know, I can't be too unhappy because we have done the job what I wanted. Let's see how that reflects in the league table. We are third in the division on goal difference over Oldham and Colchester. This is a tight league. The problem is, if we lose 1-2 games, we end up about 12th, which is where in around where we're actually predicted. So we're not outperforming by much at the moment, which is just a very, very tight gap, and Crewe and Plymouth are starting to crack that gap and go away. We have stopped them from winning 7 out of 7 though, so I am happy about that. So let's have a little look at the schedule to see when we will be coming back. I think we'll probably come back at the end of the month for Cambridge and Port Vale. They look like good spots to come back for, as we don't have any cup games now for a while until the FA Cup first round kicks off in November. So yeah, I'll be back for the Cambridge game, who are 16th in the league, and then the Port Vale game, who are 18th in the league, and hopefully we can see some more goals and action against teams where we should be winning if we want to continue this good form. So yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, a like, subscribe and a share is greatly appreciated. And as always guys, peace out.